The other thing to think about when you're talking about shades is wind load requirements. Do you need engineered drawings? And what that means is maybe your city has a requirement, a wind load requirement. We see this maybe along the coast. We see it in Houston, where you would tell us, okay, here's my zip code, here's the city I live in, and we would get with the engineer and say, what are the wind load requirements for this city? Because when you're working like on the coast or an area where they have heavy winds, hurricane, that kind of thing, then the shade needs to be specially designed and engineered so that it's staying in the ground during those storms. And we can do wind load ratings up to whatever the wind speeds are in that local area, or whatever the code is that they've set for your local area. That's something we can provide. It's an added charge, and then it does increase the price of the shade a little bit. But that's a great thing that we can do, where we can customize something. We automatically know with the engineers and the manufacturer that we're working with, East Coast, West Coast, we know what those wind loads are, and then we can design the shade appropriately. Glide elbows is an actual mechanism that comes on the shade. Certain sizes will not have them. Once you get really big or really customized, sometimes you can't get the glide elbow. When you have that option, we always ask, or we would recommend that you choose glide elbows. If you need to take the shade on and off, it's an easier process. If you would have a little damage to the fabric over time, you can just replace that fabric. These shades are commercial grade, strong. They can be engineered for any wind load. Those posts are going to be in the ground, and they're going to stay strong through that wind, through that snow load. During the winter months, for instance, if you're up in Michigan and you're expecting a foot of snow, you're thinking, I don't want my shade to carry that load for all this time while it sits up there. That's going to damage it over time. Your shade will last longer over time if your maintenance guys or if your crew can take the time to take that fabric off and put it back on. Many people take the shades on and off in the winter months if they know a storm is coming, or if we know we're expecting snow for 3 months out of the year. They'll go ahead and take those shades off. The glide elbow allows that to just run a little smoother, go a little faster, and make it much, much easier to take it off, much easier and safer to put it back on. If you need two guys, two people helping to take that shade on and off, and they'll be so happy that you chose glide elbows when they go to do that.